take a look at how you would approach this problem. Right. So the first thing is you are told here you have a rectangle that's embedded in this circle. Okay, so a couple things you know about a rectangle. When the diagonals of a rectangle are equal to each other, okay, and because they intersect at their midpoints for all parallelograms, that means that this I is the center of this circle, okay, meaning that GE and HF, those here the diagonals of the rectangle are also diameters of the circle. So if you know that the circle has a radius of 19, then that means that this whole diameter here is going to be 38. Right, now, the other thing that is given here is that this arc measure from E to F is given as 56 degrees. Okay, so this isn't an arc length, this is an arc measure. Okay, and when you take an angle, like angle EGF, this inscribed angle that intercepts that arc, the inscribed angle is going to be what fraction of that arc? Half, so half of 56 gives you this angle measure of 28 degrees. Now the reason that this comes into play is if I were to sort of square off this corner of the rectangle, this is 90 degrees, what I have right here in this right triangle with an angle of 28 degrees is I have my base and I have my height. Okay, I see that my total hypotenuse here is 38 once again. And so if I just took that triangle right here and I found my base and my height using 38 here and this angle of 28 here, I can now find what my area is because my area is going to be base times height. So let's go in and find our base. So with respect to this angle of 28 degrees, the base is adjacent and I have my hypotenuse. So which trig ratio relates adjacent hypotenuse? Cosine. So the cosine of 28 degrees is going to equal adjacent over 38. So if I multiply both sides by 38, I solve for my B value. So here's my base. I'm going to do the same thing with my H value. With respect to this angle, H is opposite, and I have my hypotenuse. So opposite and hypotenuse are related by which trig ratio? So sine. So I know that the sine of 28 degrees is equal to opposite H over hypotenuse 38. So if I multiply both sides by 38 once again, this allows me to solve for H. And there's my calculation. I can go ahead and use my calculator. My area is going to be 38 times the cosine of 28 degrees times this height, which is 38 times the sine of 28. I'll put a decimal in my entry so my answer is displayed as a decimal. And when I do, I get my answer of 598.57. Okay, the units aren't the units are meters. So this would be square meters. But you really only need to enter your numerical value.